Welcome to this video. This video will give more details related to the former video that tells you, gives you the opportunity to find lost advanced civilizations like some will probably call Atlantis and new, and also to discover the human history. This all for yourself quite clearly and in a minimum of time. So in the former video, we worked with Haplogroup R, which is the most important Y-DNA haplogroup amongst modern humans and certainly amongst Europeans and Western Eurasians, where the frequency reaches 60%, in some cases much more. So most modern humans in the West, and some in Africa, and some in South Asia, even some in South and Central America, are of this haplogroup R, haplogroup R, Y-DNA male, over 60%. This is the darkest patch, so it's between 60 and 100, between 60 and 100, between 60 and 100, between 60 and 100. In that former video, we also work with blood group O, which is an important ancestral marker, exactly because you see it in one view. You see it is dominant, close to 100%, in the natives of South and Central America, also in this region, which is Alaska and Canada. But it's also here. It's here, it's between 80 and 90%. Let's say it's pure blood group O in South and Central America. That is for 98% of all the natives were lived at the time the conquistadoras, the Portuguese and Spanish, arrived in the Americas around 1500. So this is a map of the world map of blood group O, and you see in one glance that if you look for 90 to 100% blood group O, you will see South America and Central America. Blood group O is a recessive blood group. It's the only recessive blood group. That means that pure blood group O can only descend from pure blood group O. So this pure blood group amongst the Native Americans, still today, can only descend from South and Central America. And the patch here is probably very low population density. Here in this area, when the conquest occurred around 1500, 98% of all Native Americans lived in this area, the Amazon and Central America. So they cannot descend from anywhere else in the world, not even from most of North America. And so they are their own ancestors. And this pretty much matches with what even consensus claims, that the first population happened in South America, in the Amazon forest. So this that simply is because they are the ancestors. The Amazon forest and South America are the origin of all 8 billion modern humans. So blood types are there from the first humans. In fact, even animals have blood types or blood groups. As far as I remember, few animals will have blood group O. Uh, Chimpanzees will have blood group A, and gorillas will have blood group B. But this is a map of blood group O that illustrates in one glance where our origin comes from. So any advanced culture comes from here, because we humans never were without a blood group. We always had blood and a blood group and the genes that give rise to that blood group. So it's easy and nobody looks at it because consensus uh, doesn't want the Americas or the Amazon forest to be the origin of all humans, because their whole theory that they are supporting by all means since for over 100 years collapses in one go with just looking at blood group O. There's one more detail about blood group O. It's the most stable blood group, so it doesn't mutate. It's very stable. In fact, it doesn't have the mutations that blood group A and B have, because it's so stable. And then some will theorize the very improbable case that while out of Africa, which is not pure protocol, while in the Beringia land bridge Standstill, the mixed blood group, including AB, AB, kind of mutated, but that's improbably because it's very stable. It rarely mutates, certainly not in a whole population. And if it mutated, they wouldn't be so healthy right now, because it's having blood group O that never mutated, that is ancestral, or having blood group O because you had some mutation is another case. Populations don't mutate as a whole. So anyhow, this is a clear proof. Uh, the explanation I just gave with the Beringia land bridge standstill is not defended. We just ignore it. Just ignore this clear, very clear ancestral marker from the first humans on. Just don't mention it. They don't see it. And for some reason, the alternative historians forget to look at it. There is some negation going on there as well, or they are afraid to take it on. to take on the ancestral markers, or they are afraid that their theories will collapse, will collapse together with out of Africa. So in a way, they built their theories on the improbable. Standard dogma means no proof at all, no scientific proof at all. Standard dogma human history, which is, of course, based on out of Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, is based on mitochondrial Eve, which is proven to be not African, but nobody cares. It was carried by Neanderthals, all three phases of Neanderthals, early, middle, and late Neanderthals. So it's not something that is typical for Homo sapiens. It, it is not. It is in fact a proof against out of Africa, because there are no Neanderthals in sub-Saharan Africa, and very rarely in Africa altogether. So they don't support it. They don't support their own defense, justification, because it's so bad, it's so improbable. So, okay, in one glance, you see where the ancestors are, you see where the advanced civilization, if they exist, surely they existed. There's plenty of evidence of advanced navigation and much more. Polygonal walls, it's extreme. It's all over the world. Only Russia has 3,000 dolmen. There are dolmen in Korea, there are dolmen in Japan, there are dolmen in Sulawesi, there are dolmen all over the world. Megaliths, megaliths. And there are polygonal walls all over the world. In East Ireland, here, Colombia, Brazil, Northeast Brazil, North America, quite high up. Polygonal walls. There's polygonal wall in Siberia, in Europe. You know, the polygonal walls which fit uh, perfectly and have the knobs. In quite some occasions, they have a hole where the equinox, solstice, uh, comes through once a year, a few hours, and lightens up some other object to say it's a hit, to say they knew it before they constructed it.